Do you like karate? Do you like crypto? Well, you've come to the right place because today we are going to talk about karate combat. Before we begin, remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm never going to tell you to buy, sell, hold any crypto project. Do your own due diligence and do your own research. And if you like the content I provide, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell. It's a small click for you, but it's a big deal for me, so let's get kicking. Karate Combat raises $18 million for Crypto Connected Fighting League, and this article was published in April of this year. Karate Combat, which mixes CGI broadcast with a crypto-backed fan engagement system, recently completed an $18 million raise, led by Bitcraft Ventures, to expand its vision of an alternative martial arts competition. In May, Karate Combat will launch an app and its own blockchain token, Karate, which it already has. The app is already up and the token's already out, but we'll go into that in a minute. The digital coins can be earned by predicting fight winners and used to determine league strategies, including resource allocation and rule changes, according to the organization's documents. Sports league value largely emerges from the quality of the competition and the passion and loyalty of the fan base. Karate Combat is leveraging its Web3 tools and ethos to shift how fans engage with their favorite sports by building direct relationships, aligning incentives, and enabling influence over every aspect of the league. More than that, it's doing it with an incredibly fresh and differentiated media that strikes all of its fans as video games meet MMA. In the past, Karate Combat has made a name for itself by leaning into virtual effects that put its fights inside video game-like environments for viewers. The fights are streamed on digital channels such as YouTube and Instagram. In addition to its new age elements, Karate Combat hopes to separate itself with its full contact version of the martial art, a sport that has the fun action of combat sports, Brian said, but also has the cultural values that are represented by martial arts. Okay, so let's take a look at their website, which is really stunning, by the way. Karate Combat is the world's premier full contact striking league, blending the excitement of live-action full-contact karate with immersive CGI environments powered by the Epic Games Unreal Gaming and virtual production engine. Being a martial artist all my life, when I came across this project, I was like, wow, this was really intriguing. And of course they have, all the social medias. They're on Twitter, they have Discord. So they're all over the place. And what I really am really stoked about is the fact that really good, I think, for families. It's not the blood and guts kind of environment that you may see in UFC style matches. And what's really cool about this is, so it gives you an idea. You can kind of see where where their media presence in, where you can find them. Facebook. Oh, I see that. It just really showed. Joe Rogan has mentioned them on his podcast. And as you can see here, what caught my eye initially are these two gentlemen. So, Boss Rutten and George St. Pierre. Now, if you're familiar with MMA from previous generations, especially Boss, he was in that golden age of MMA. He was known as the King of Pancrase, and he fought some legendary fighters and is obviously a legendary fighter himself. So, for him to attach himself as a league ambassador is really cool. And you also have George St. Pierre, who is a legendary fighter, and really, I've never met George St. Pierre. I've seen Boss at a convention once, but they seem to be really nice guys and just phenomenal martial artists. So to add their name to this project, to this league, I think is really going to help a lot. It's going to give it that big name status. That anything new, it's nice to have something that's attached that you can actually see, who's in it, and it gives it more credibility, more validity. And we have the app. So the article I read to you before came out in May. The app I have it. And it's really cool. It's really simple, and it's for iOS. I don't know if it's available for Android yet. It may or may not be by this time. I'm not sure because I have an iOS phone. But the cool thing about this is the fact that So what you do is when you play when you, let's say you have karate token, and I'm going to show you the tokenomics of it all, and you can see everything else. But they use what is that? Only up gaming, something like that. I believe it is. I just had a spasm with it, but we're just going to go anyway. Where basically you bet or vote on which fighter is going to win in that match, and you allocate whatever amount of karate tokens you have in your wallet, in your app, and you put that on each fight. Now, if you win the amount of tokens that you put in, you win that back. So if you put 10 tokens to win on a certain fighter and he wins, well, then you get 10 more. If you lose, up only gaming, I think it is. If you lose, you don't lose anything. There's no tokens that get taken out of your wallet. It just, when you win, you win. When you lose, you kind of still win because you're not losing anything. And the other cool thing is that if you're familiar with Hedera, they are a big sponsor of Karate Combat. I mean, if you watch their fights, you're going to see their logos. You're going to see them on the fighting floor, on the arena where they're fighting on, or the pit. So they're everywhere, and you can actually store your karate token in Hashpack. So you can put it in Hashpack, and I think you can buy it too from Hashpack, and then you can also keep it there, and you can move it to the wallet. So when I first opened my wallet, when I first got involved, they airdropped 100 tokens, 100 karate tokens. You can't go wrong with that. Again, doing your own research. I've been a martial arts all my life, so for me, this really was a cool project. But let's get into the tokenomics. So as you can see, this token came out. If we go to the all-time, you're gonna, it's not that far along. It wasn't that far that it has, came out. So it's a really new project in regards to adding the karate token. The league itself has been around since 2018, 2019, and they just added this. So this is really new. Now, if we go over and we kind of look at their, you can see their total supply and their market cap. So their market cap, of course, is, just about 4,700,000, something along those lines. So we can see that. And then we have the circulating supply, and then we have the max supply. And again, when we're getting into, so total supply, that's 110 billion. So you're kind of getting a chance to see, and this is what their self-reporting circulating supply is. I'd like to see that maybe a little bit more, but that's okay. So you're getting to see the tokenomics of this all. Again, it's 3099. And where can you buy this if you want to? So we go to the exchanges, of course. Okay, so where can you buy it? So KuCoin, Bittrex, you can Gate.io. Now, for some reason, I thought you could buy it on the Hashpack. I'll have to look into that. But as you can see here, this kind of gives you, more of the decentralized Uniswap, things like that. Okay, so now let's take a quick look at their white paper. And I'll attach everything in the description box, guys. So as you can see here, this just gives you, it basically tells you everything about it, problem and solutions. It's pretty comprehensive. They have their own DAO, all their rules, up-only gaming. And again, I'm just giving you a quick look here to show you how this works. So yeah, you need to have the up-only gaming as well to be able to do this. but it's really not that difficult. Talks about airdrops. So it really goes into the nuts and bolts. And again, you have to decide if this project is going to work for you. And anyone who's watching this, who's in the martial arts themselves, you don't have to do that, but you can go check out the fights as well. And I'll put a link to the last fight they had in Miami. And like I said, I would take my family. This brings me back to like the 70s and 80s of old. PKA karate on Thursday nights on ESPN. I wanted to just share this project with you. Again, I'm not being paid or sponsored by Karate Combat whatsoever, but at full disclosure, I do have some tokens. I do have the app. I also have hbar. Let me know your thoughts. Put them in the comments section below. Have you heard of Karate Combat? Do you have the karate token? Do you have hbar? Give me your thoughts. I really want to create a dialogue because this is a really interesting, unique use case for crypto. And the fact that they actually had this league years before they came out with a token, that's cool. They've switched into the Web3 world. So let me know what you think. You guys have a great day. Remember, here at the Crypto Dojo, crypto never sleeps.